unleashed on the unwitting victims of the program less than a decade removed from the Nuremberg trials, which concluded that never again should scientists experiment on subjects without their willing consent. Get that word? Subjects. I was impressed CIA definitely avoided any significant reform. Well, they were started by those guys.
Yeah.
Even after multiple congressional inquiries into their illegal, unconstitutional activities, which the disclosure of MKUltra prompted, and was disturbed by the complete lack of information regarding the program and the general public. Most shocking, despite agency insistence to the contrary, was the documented evidence that their mission of controlling the human mind bore significant fruit. All they can think is human because they don't have anything to do with the Creator and His ways. So as an aspiring historian, I set off to work on turning over every stone related to covert intel activities and other suppressed history, created the pen name Morgan Martell, and began publishing my research on a blog titled The People's History. We may need to look that up. Since then, I've read dozens of books and thousands of mainstream media articles, interviews, scientific studies, and primary documents in my quest for knowledge. Before long, I came to the understanding that I was not just learning about a series of unrelated clandestine agency abuses and financial crimes, but rather was researching various disclosures of an organized, subversive network working behind the scenes. A bold statement like this requires bold evidence, and I invite you to investigate the nearly 500 citations of publicly available mainstream sources yourself and come to your own conclusions. I used the name Martell for a brief period because I was worried that my work would attract the wrong kind of attention. In fact, when I first wrote about the MKUltra project, I deliberately omitted some info, not because I thought it was unimportant or that it lacked sufficient documentation, but because some of the documented history is so shocking I was afraid to write about it. The revelations of Snowden on June 6, 2013 changed my mind about secrecy. That dude's a hero, Snowden. The NSA knows exactly who I am and what I'm researching, so you might as well too. I promise nothing I have learned which can be corroborated has been left out of this book, even when facing the depths of depravity unleashed by certain psychopaths in positions of power. Whether you're approaching this work from a vantage point of exploring new ideas, learning more about topics that already interest you, or if you're antagonistic to the idea that something's not quite right within the U.S. today, I urge you to have an open mind and to be prepared to synthesize new information into your worldview. In return, I'm willing to do the same from you. Every day I strive to learn new things, explore new ideas, a fact which has delayed the recent release of this book for some months as I continuously refined and expanded the thesis. If you have alternative ideas you would like to share, criticism to offer, or have additional research that would augment this work, please don't hesitate to contact me. I thoroughly enjoy correspondence. Lifting the Veil is structured in a way that discusses two startling problems with the current political system in the U.S. today, and then jumps to 1946 and works forward in time to shed light on how these problems came about. Woven in is information on psychopaths and its relationship to politics and power, my own conclusions drawn from the information, and food for thought questions. The final portion of the book ties together the pieces of the puzzle and presents potential nonpartisan solutions we can take to effect change. I ask one thing from you before embarking on this journey. Once you finish, if you believe that this work is important, please resolve yourself to share it with at least 2 people, whether they are someone you know in real life, online acquaintances, or anonymous recipients. I've released this book for free for a reason. It's the only way this information will spread to a point where it will reach a critical mass. Once it does, change will be inevitable. Let's endeavor to make this happen as soon as possible. Timothy Silver. Now, this book is one we need to be able to convert to that app voice.
Right. Good idea.
And read for free.
Yeah, I'll try for that.